Welcome viewers, let's start this bulletin with our top focus this hour. It's day 2 of the Delhi Chalo protest and again farmers are taking to the roads. In fact, today they have issued a clear ultimatum to the central government. They've told the central government that resolve the matter by evening or brace for capital intrusion. Now with tensions escalating, the farmers are now vowed to storm Delhi if their demands are not met. At the Shambhu border, in fact, chaos erupted as police fired tear gas shells to prevent the protesting farmers from entering the national capital. And despite the obstacles, the farmers remain adamant and their determination is undeterred as they stand just 200 kilometers away from their destination, which is the national capital. In fact, in response to this, the government has also expressed concern for both the farmers and the ordinary citizens who have been impacted by the protest, stressing on the need for a speedy resolution. Agriculture Minister Arjun Munda convened a crucial meeting at the Agriculture Ministry and sources say that the government is willing to engage in dialogue and the farmers meanwhile have reiterated their single focus, which is the implementation of the MSP guarantee law. Now the farmers say that their goal is not prolonged protest but rather the assurance of fair prices for their produce. In fact, Haryana Home Minister Anil Vij has questioned the intent of the farmers. He said that when government representatives came to Chandigarh, the farmer leaders refused to talk. He also questioned the Punjab government's notice disallowing drones to Punjab-Haryana border for monitoring, and the Haryana Police also has issued an advisory for those going from Chandigarh to Delhi regarding the routes to avoid.
ये कहते हैं हमने दिल्ली जाना है। दिल्ली किस लिए जाना है? बातचीत करने के लिए ना। तो जिनसे दिल्ली जाके बातचीत करनी है वो सारे मंत्री और अधिकारी जब चंडीगढ़ आ गए तो आपने बात नहीं की। इसका मतलब आपका मकसद कुछ और है और मुझे तो बहुत हैरानगी लग रही है कि पंजाब सरकार ने नोटिस जारी करा है कि हमारी सीमा में ड्रोन मत भेजो। ये हिंदुस्तान पाकिस्तान हो गया। अगर हमारी पुलिस को मार के कोई पंजाब में भाग जाएगा तो क्या हम उसके पीछे जा नहीं सकते? क्या उसको हम पकड़ नहीं सकते हैं?
किसान संगठनों को यही कहूंगा कि किसी राजनीति से प्रेरित होकर नहीं, बल्कि किसान और किसान परिवारों की चिंता लगातार सरकार की है और करेगी। किसान संगठनों को इस बात का ध्यान रखते हुए कि हम लगातार इस बात को ध्यान में रखें कि असामान्य स्थिति पैदा करके किसी का समाधान नहीं हो सकता। जो किसान संगठन से जुड़ करके इस तरह की बातें कह रहे हैं तो आम जनजीवन को बाधित न करे, एक सामान्य लोगों के लिए कठिनाई पैदा करना, मैं समझता हूं कि इससे समस्या का समाधान के बजाय समस्या और अधिक उलझती है।
पूरा किसान आंदोलन कर रहा है और पूरा देश का किसान भारतीय जनता पार्टी से जानना चाहता है कि जिन्होंने ये सपना दिखाया था कि आय दोगुनी हो जाएगी, लेकिन जिस तरह सरकार का व्यवहार है, कीलें लगा देना, अगर वो निकल रहे हैं तो रोकने के लिए तमाम चीज़ों का इंतज़ाम कर देना, प्रशासन पूरी तरीके से पुलिस लगा करके आंसू गैस गोले चला करके उन्हें रोकना चाहती है। आखिरकार आप भारत रत्न एक तरफ दे रहे हैं और दूसरी तरफ किसानों को आप रोकना चाहते हैं, उनकी मांग नहीं मानना चाहते। आखिरकार भारतीय जनता पार्टी चाहती क्या है?
ਅੱਜ भी कहने आ भी साडा अंदोलन पीसफुली आ पर अमन आ। ਅਸੀਂ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਅੰਦੋਲਨ ਪੁਰਅਮਨ ਤੇ ਪੀਸਫੁਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਿੱਤਣੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਹਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿੱਤਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਸਿਆਣਾ ਵਾ, ਸਮਝਦਾਰ ਆ। ਕੇਂਦਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲੋਂ ਬਦਨਾਮ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਔਰ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ ਘਟਨਾ ਇੱਕ ਅੱਧੀ ਨੂੰ ਚੜਾ ਕੇ ਵੱਧ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰੂਗੀ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੁਝ ਉਹ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਡੀਰੇਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਊਗਾ। ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਾਸੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਪੀਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਟਕਰਾਅ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਮੰਗਾਂ ਮਨਵਾਉਣੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ।
Day 2 of the farmers' movement towards the national capital, where the conflict is still continuing at the Shambhu border, but the Delhi police is totally prepared to deal with any kind of situation. We are showing you the top-angle view of how the Delhi's border has been turned into fortress. This is the National Highway number 44, which connects the national capital from Haryana. And as you can see, Haryana mein aapka swagat kariye, but actually Haryana is not welcoming those farmers who want to enter from the Punjab side. On the first layer, the diversion has been made by the Delhi police. After a few layers of yellow color barricades, there are concrete blocks. Then you move towards these barbed wires, which are placed on the top of these barricades after the concrete block. The RAF personnel have been on the standby mode, but they know that if the farmers move, there will be a further force which need to be given. That's why these canters have been done. The laborers are still working day and night to put some more sand inside these big containers, so that they should be heavy, and all those containers could not be moved even if the tractors are of very high horsepower. If you move towards the left, if Harish would show you, there are series of canters which have been placed here by the Delhi police with the big dumpers and all, so that any kind of further untoward movement can be stopped. The deployment of the Delhi police is still continuing. This is a very narrow passage. The passage is so narrow that only one person can move inside, and who are moving towards the further deployment which is being made by the Delhi police.
In fact, getting us more details on this is my colleague Isha, who's joining us live from Tikri border. Isha, help us understand what's the situation. You've been getting us all the details from the spot ever since the protest began, and now we're seeing this situation evolve into much more chaotic scenes which are also coming in from different areas. Help us understand what's the situation like at the Tikri border.
Right, yes, Ashish, I am standing at the Tikri border where barricading is extremely heavy. In fact, this entire road, this entire stretch, which is about 500 meters, is completely choked, and only the vehicles which are allowed by the police can come in. In fact, these buses on my side as well, I request my camera person to show you the bus on my right side. It's also filled with BSF personnel over here as well. So all these are not civilian buses. They have been brought in. They were brought in order to detain farmers if it came to that. Towards the other side where the camera is, the barricades have been placed. The police is standing there and indeed checking every person's ID and making sure and asking them the purpose of why they want to enter into this area before they actually let us enter. In fact, we also had to provide them with an adequate ID proof before getting inside here. But showing you around the visuals here, towards my right, there are also a lot of ambulances present here, and all the shops on that side as well have been shut. But walking around this particular area, we see that life has come to a standstill here for the people who stay here, considering that the barricading is extremely heavy. On the visuals on my screen, you can also see that there are several trucks that are standing here. These trucks have also been topped up with sacks filled with mud, so as to they are further even more difficult to cross into. Towards the extreme end, there is the cemented barricades which came in with nails as well. In fact, there are also barbed wires which have been put up on the yellow barricades. But speaking about this particular safety arrangement here, there are also nails that are placed on the road, making sure that if in case farmers end up entering with tractors or with their heavy-duty vehicles, they can be stopped in every possible way. In fact, the Delhi police also has brought in their Vajra, which essentially is their anti-riot weaponry. So the Delhi police has upped its ante. In fact, throughout today also, there were preparations that were being made throughout the day. Meetings were held. In fact, even in the petrol pump right now, there is a huddle of policemen. There is a huddle of BSF personnel. They are talking. They are making sure that arrangements are at peak. They are on duty. In fact, a lot of them are still holding their sticks, irrespective of the fact that the farmers are away right now. But again, no compromise being made from the side of the cops and the BSF personnel. Back to you.
Travel advisory. Right, Ishad, a quick follow-up question on that. You were getting us the details of what exactly is happening there, the situation on ground, and also what are the measures that are being taken by the cops to ensure that the farmers do not enter. Also help us understand the travel advisory that is in place, because we've seen chaotic scenes across the national capital, long traffic jams, log jams all across the capital. Help us understand the travel advisory at this moment, even as we speak right now.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, a lot of traffic advisories have been issued. In fact, even around the Tikri border, these areas, these stretches that are a kilometer long, take roughly 3 to 4 hours to travel. In fact, sometimes even more than that, considering that the roads are extremely jam-packed. But going towards Noida and Greater Noida, that area is completely choked, considering that these borders have been shut. In fact, Gurgaon is also completely choked. So if there are people who are traveling, if there are people who are planning their travel, it can be avoided at the moment, considering that all the roads are completely choked at the moment. And as the Shambhu border is witnessing a lot of action, and in the coming few days, the farmers may be able to march to Delhi. So, and if they end up actually marching to Delhi, the traffic conditions are expected to further get worse. So any travel is avoidable, should be avoidable right now.
Right. Right, Isha, appreciate you joining us on the broadcast with all those details there. And of course, this travel advisory is something that people need to watch out for. Shifting our focus now amid the shifting party lines, infighting and